Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I thought I'd tour this themed land that I've been building for the past few months, and this is based off of a snowy mountain area. So let's get into today's video. So let's get into today's tour video. Initially, this themed area was only going to have one ride when I was building it. However, when I was building it, I had some empty space. So I decided to add a flat ride and theme it off of an ice skating rink. This is because I feel like this ride moves around all over the place, creating the illusion that you're skating on ice. That's why I feel like this ride fits well for an ice skating rink. That's why I decided to place it here. Now, moving on, which you can see, we have these two buildings here, as well as a bit of the coaster track. As you can see there, we have the cool shot of the coaster zipping on by. Now, for these two buildings, I apparently ran out of name ideas since I called this building Store. Now, initially when I was building these buildings, I wasn't planning on putting an interior in it. However, eventually I did decide to put interior in it. Now, for these interiors, I didn't put too much details into it. Now, as you can see, as we enter this store, I put some globes as well as some mugs and some books back here. And apparently a random hanger filled with clothes. Now, I didn't put too much detail into it, like I said before, because, as you can see here, the coaster support runs directly in front of the building, making it super hard to see. So I decided not to put too much detail into the store. Now, for this building, I did put some more detail to it. As you can see, it's a bar, and I called it Snow Valley Bar. And in this bar, we have some seats, as well as a table where you can enjoy your drinks, and the shelves where the drinks are. Well, anyway, as you can see from these two buildings, my naming is horrible. So let's move on to the rest of the themed area. For the rest of the themed area, I'm not going to really talk about it in this video. However, you can see that this area continues on to two more archways. Anyway, what I want to talk about in this video is actually this switch track element for this coaster. As I jump over this fence here, you can see the coaster is actually going through that cool loop. Now, for the switch track element, it's actually quite difficult to use. I've only actually used one of the sections of the switch tracks, which is the split track, and I haven't really messed with the other switch tracks. However, it creates some very cool effects for the coaster in this game, and I'm glad we got it in this game. Now, what I did with the switch tracks is made it go up on a hill and then goes backwards into the station, which you can see there's another hill on the opposite end, and then it switches and goes through the rest of the layout. Anyway, that is what I have for the switch track. Let's go and explain what I did with the building interior. Now, for the entrance of the coaster station, I wasn't sure how to theme this area. However, as you can see here, I created these cool art style walls with these boxes. Now, I don't know how to really explain it, but I guess you can see here of what I did, and I think it turned out quite cool. Now, before we move on, you want to stick to the very end, where I'll be showing you the ride POV of both day and night for this coaster, as well as I'll be revealing to you guys what the next themed area will be. Now, a little bit of information of the stuff that I'll be building for the next themed area is a coaster that we don't have yet in real life. This coaster is a coaster that was shown to us in a concept video that we could be getting in 2026. Now, as of recording this video, I've actually built almost all of the next themed land, and it actually looks quite amazing. So you want to come back to the next episode to see what I actually built in that themed area. Anyway, let's get back to this tour. Now, I'm actually going to the exit for this coaster. As you can see here, I decided to use a portal because if you go to the opposite side of this building, the coaster did originally run alongside of this building. That's why I had to do a portal to this area instead. Now, I'm not going to explain much of what I did at these archway entrances, since one of the archways actually leads to spoilers, as well as over here, I'm not sure what I'll be building here just yet. So I guess you have to come back to future episodes to see what I do. Anyway, from here on out, buckle up because we'll be going into the ride POV for this coaster of both day and night.